Hi guys, this is Aaron Etheridge, the lead developer for Lucid Dreamers. This is our second gameplay video to show you what progress we've made over the course of the week. I just want to show you guys a few little things. I'm going to start with the updates that we've made to our ability to merge and split armies. First of all, if we just this is our hero George again, and the little bit of army that we've got stacked up with him. If we right click him, we get our army split screen. You can see already we've updated these buttons with, well, to be honest with you, they're just enlarged versions of the world map icons that represent the armies. In the long run, we want to have custom or detailed work for things just like this. We can turn off a couple of guys, and then what we're saying is, okay, we want to select these guys and make them a new army. And of course, we can do that. We can merge them back together. Merging two armies proceed. Yes, this is obviously going to get a facelift in the long run. It also can move armies into cities rather, and it will probably be a slightly different dialogue because it actually wasn't merging two armies there. If we open this up, that's just the army as it was. Lancaster is the name of this town. I only mention this. We've taken out hard-coded names and put in names that are pulled randomly from a list. Some of you backers are actually going to be able to, name cities and whatnot. A lot of you are. You're going to be able to insert names that are going to end up being town names or what have you. Just thought I'd mention it. It also comes in something else I want to talk about in just a second. If we right-click this, we can pull these guys out. I've made a large army here just to show you guys what happens when you we'll move up here. Try to merge two armies that are a little too large. This is just a huge army of militia, and obviously George's little army, and you can just move them from one side to the other. So now if we look, George's army only has 2, and these guys actually have 20. So we're making progress on that front. Pretty much all the army separation and merging has now been handled. We're going to run down here and we're going to attack this dungeon, which hopefully we'll be able to defeat with just these 2 guys. I think we will. We're still just one unit of skeletons is all that's guarding those dungeons. So yet again, I'm going to attack with the peasants first, and rather than risking getting them killed, I'm going to grab George. Well, actually, let me just move them out of the way and get them far enough away that the skeletons will not attack them if they don't get killed this round. Okay, awesome. We're victorious. I should have highlighted, you guys saw that the militia were wounded. They had about half their hit points left. We're going to walk over to another dungeon. There's one right over there. I turned off Fog of War for those of you who may not have watched my previous video. I can do that whenever I want to, just for diagnostic purposes. So we're going to walk over this dungeon and attack it. And you'll notice, by the way, the dungeon disappeared. That was not happening before, and it happens now. These guys totally heal back up, and if you actually look through, you'll see new total hit points 23, 24. That was the unit of militiamen healing up. It's just a temporary natural healing that we've put in place. You're going to be able to augment that with spells, or possibly even potions, items like potions and things like that. Either way, I did fail to kill them. We're going to let the skeletons take a turn, and they hurt me, but I survived. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, dungeons are disappearing. If this army had completely gotten destroyed, it would have disappeared, and the dungeon would still be there, and you would have been defeated. We're going to put in message boxes soon that tell you, whether or not you've been victorious or what have you. We just haven't gotten that far yet. We've also added engineers. You can tell there again, professionally drawn. I drew this. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually use them to build a road. So I can select them and then tell them build a road and move them, and what will happen is we'll leave a little bit of road behind us. So right there you saw they were selected and then they weren't. That's because they built a little bit of road. Before I build too much road here, let me show you. Okay, it walks around the mountains because the mountains are difficult to move through. And if we just move down to here, back up to here, I want you to take note of the path that it takes. That was the quickest path it could find. which I am still working on the Pathfinder. Um, but it's slowly getting there. As you can see, when it built the second road, it connected them up. Third road, and I'm just going to do this real quick to show you guys what's going on. And this is obviously very feature poor. Just the idea is that it builds roads, and as you can see, it knows to use that road, and that's a lot quicker. That's just 2 turns, and it makes it all that distance. So we can build roads. Another thing that's happening now, I'm turning off the fog of war right now. In my last video, I don't remember if there were any towns that were ridiculously close to each other, but sometimes you'd have towns that spawned right by each other. And now they're actually taking into account the footprint of the town, how much workspace is around it, and they will not drop a town too close to another town. And the best way to show that these are settlers, why the little flag on the pole? I really can't draw a covered wagon or anything that I thought was settlerish, so I did this. A flag, you know, they're planting their flag, they're going to build a city. We're going to walk over too close to this city. I'm going to go ahead and clear this out so we don't have a million messages when we do this. If I go to found a city, which all this is just by key press right now, go to found a city, you were too close to an existing city to found a new one. Okay, now basically what we got to do is the city limits stretch out 2 beyond their boundary, and you know, it's a circle, but we can go 1, 2. We could found a city there if we wanted. So we're going to move over there, and we're just going to found a city, and that's, you know, very feature poor right now. I'm just showing you guys this it has made a city. Haven, randomly assigned name out of the list. In the long run, obviously, we're going to put up something where you're going to be able to edit that name. You're going to be able to put in whatever name you want. There's a lot of town, you know, city background mechanics that are going in right now. All these numbers are just fake. We just plug them in and keep track of them. So that we'll know, you know, these are individual cities. They're being kept independent, and we can make small changes in memory for testing purposes and whatnot. They don't really do anything. One of the things in the next couple of weeks is going to be to add all the background mechanics to cities, so that you actually can found cities, build them up, make armies with them, and start to do things like overthrow neutral cities that are actually controlled by independent AI opponents. We're not going to get into the big AI opponents for a little while. But we're going to start with independent cities that are, you know, they're actually building their own armies and exploring the map in their own very limited way without any kind of overall AI arc. And you know, you're going to need to build your city up, defend it, try and conquer independent cities, try to clear off the dungeons off the map. And at that point, we actually may introduce a victory mechanic, where, okay, once you've got all the dungeons off the map, once you've conquered all the neutral cities, you've won. And at that stage, we're going to consider that an alpha. That is going to be the complete alpha. We are moving from pre-alpha to alpha. We're obviously adding more and more features. This video has run too long, so I'm going to wrap it up here. There are more things there, again, going in the background. We're going to try to do another video next week. We really want to show you guys what's going on. Right now, that's just a good start. It gives you an update of where we are and that we are making progress. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll talk to you again soon.